Even the idea of social justice online has a lot of layers and is really complex. One of the situations that we explore in Foreign Radical is around the Rehtaeh Parsons story. And just to give you the short version if you don't know it, Rehtaeh Parsons was a teenager in Halifax who was sexually assaulted when she was 15. And she was bullied online because of this. Photos shared online. And she ended up committing suicide. And there was a lot of evidence out there through social media pointing to the perpetrators who had done this to her. And the police basically were ineffectual in laying charges. So getting to anonymity, the hacker activist group, Anonymous, found lots of evidence, presented it to the police, and the case was reopened, and some charges have since been laid in this case. So I think, and a lot of what Anonymous did to bring some justice was in fact illegal, what they did, naming names, etc. So technology has all of these layers. In this case, this is a big debate in our show, is who's right and who's wrong. What Anonymous did is really dangerous in the long run, legally, but at the same time, it was a big part of why a few criminals have been brought to justice.
How do you use technology in relation to your having a sketchbook for ideas?
So thinking of the most old-fashioned way to record our ideas,
and
how does that evolve with
keep a journal, and is that separate from your sketchbook?
Kind of personal question. You know, the phone, and I'm telling to my students, this is probably the best sketch tool ever invented, because 20 years ago, to make a sound recording, you will find a studio and some way to sneak in if you're lucky, and then to make a video, another studio, to write something you have to have a typewriter, and you name it. So now it's all here in your pocket.
Yeah.
Music studio, video studio, and tons of other studios, photo studio. So it seems that for a creative person, this is like a multi-dimensional sketchbook that you carry with you, and you can make recordings of sounds, movements, and draw and paint and do whatever you want. In that case, I think it's super fantastic. The only thing that it doesn't recognize is a hand, because it doesn't have the understanding of our error and analogics that are incalculable.
Yeah.
It calculates, simplifies, and delivers surrogates of acting, of doing anything. So this tool is the best mimicking tool ever invented. It's nothing else but a mimic, like a best photocopier. We'll see how far it mimics and how far it gets there, but still, when it comes to drawing, I believe I love that kind of smudge and error and broken charcoal and dirty hands that this tool cannot provide. So I'm learning from it a lot, and it feeds me, yet I have to still use my hand in order to save myself. Otherwise, I think that's my definition of art. There is no such thing like digital art. For me, there is no such thing, because digital is the medium. So it would be like to say, oh, pencil art. Doesn't make sense.
Is information art?
Can be.
I'm looking for a little bit more absolute statement.
It has to be manipulated by an artist to become something more, or for it to become something larger than a bunch of information, I would say. Just to go back, though, to what he was saying, I tried for a long time to start making notes on my iPhone, and which was fun for a while, but I kind of didn't like the way it looked to go back and read it, and also just to be able to, anyway, I went back to this medium and always have a book with me. It's just, I don't know, it feels like a richer experience, I think, for the very reasons you were saying. It's more tactile.
Wonderful. So here we are at Your Continent. We are humans interacting with technology. Here are two humans on the vanguard of certain aspects of technology. How can we, as an audience and as, interested parties, interact with you specifically and your work during this festival? We heard from an audience member, if I follow you on Tumblr, will you follow me? Are there other ways that we can interact with you over the next 10 days?
Oh yeah, we try to do everything to make ourselves visible in the maze of internet, which is really not easy task, right? We post everything on YK Festival, which is a hub of the festival. Their website is having all the links that you can kind of just link yourself to. And then probably what happens whenever you switch the links, you end up somewhere else and you get distracted. But we are trying to put everything under this, like Divination Tumblr, a blog which kind of streams through this particular project here, the tower. It is part of the Your Kontinent Festival, but it has kind of its own, divination. And everything there is posted directly on Twitter and Facebook, but Facebook is limited to people personally, I know. So if you want to get there on that Facebook page, I'll post it tomorrow morning on the Tumblr and make it available for everyone who is willing to join that page. And because on Facebook page it's directly, but Tumblr is really the blog. And if you follow that stuff, you'll know what's going on all the time. We post almost every 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and so it's pretty much well uploaded.
There are multiple opportunities to interact with Theater Conspiracy over the next week or so. In 10-15 minutes, you can come and join us at the larger container and just have a peek inside the theater. We're not doing a show tonight, but come and check it out and see what we have set up and meet some of the people behind the show. Tuesday night at 7 and 9, we have previews, and we'd love to have people come in and give feedback. We open the show, and there are tickets for shows Wednesday through Saturday afternoon. And if you want some more information about the show, then go on the Theater Conspiracy site, which is conspiracy.ca, or on Facebook and leave an emotional message.
I love that you own conspiracy.ca. Thank you, Tim Carlson. Thank you, Vjeko Sager. As a reminder, Theater Conspiracy Foreign Radical, there is a preview. It's in the shipping container that is the farthest from us now. There are art installations in each of the containers. Please, if you haven't checked them out, go and take a look. Every day while the festival is running, you can also visit Vjeko here at the Divination Tower. Woo! We'll be having an afternoon chat each day between 2 and 3 p.m. or each evening at dusk. You will descend from the tower and we'll have a casual media cafe right here. As long as the weather is lovely, we will be here chatting about technology as the humans we are. So thank you all very much for joining us tonight.